Historic markers in Harrison County, Indiana. Indiana Historical Bureau markers. This is presented by me, Karen Schwartz, President, Historical Society of Harrison County. Markers in Harrison County, Indiana. Everyone has seen the familiar black gold markers which are located throughout the state of Indiana. This presentation contains only the Harrison County, Indiana historical markers which are part of the Indiana Historical Bureau's Historic Marker Program. Numerous other historic markers have been erected privately to mark significant sites as well. Numbering system. Each marker is assigned a code number. The first two numbers indicate the county. These will all be 31 because Harrison County falls 31st alphabetically in a list of Indiana's 92 counties. The next four numbers indicate the year the marker was erected, ranging from 1948 to 2016. The last number indicates the marker's number in the order installed in that particular year. The markers are listed chronologically in the order the marker was installed, ranging from the first one, Indiana Capitol, in 1948, through the Polly Strong slavery case in 2016. Each marker site will have 3 slides, maybe 4, if it has text which is continued on the back side of marker. Most of the markers have duplicate information on both sides. The first slide will provide the number of the site. Example, 31.1966.2, which translates to County 31, Harrison. 1966 year marker was installed. 2. Second marker erected in Harrison County in the year of 1966, as well as the marker's location and information about the entity or entities that erected each marker. The second slide will feature a labeled photograph of the historic structure site that the marker commemorates. The third slide will include a close-up, readable photo of the historic marker text. Number 1, Indiana Capitol, 31.1948.1. Location, North Capitol Avenue, adjacent to Harrison County Courthouse, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana, erected by Indiana Historical Bureau. Indiana's first state capital. Indiana Capitol marker text. Indiana Capitol. The capital of Indiana Territory was moved to Corydon from Vincennes 1813. This building became first state capital 1816. Offices were moved to Indianapolis in 1825. 2. Battle of Corydon, July 9, 1863, 31.1961.1. Location 300 North Capitol, southwest corner of Harrison County Courthouse Lawn, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected by the Society of Indiana Pioneers, 1961. Battle of Corydon marker by Courthouse. Battle of Corydon, July 9, 1863. A force of about 400 Indiana militia and citizen volunteers commanded by Colonel Lewis Jordan engaged John Hunt Morgan's raiders, 2,400 cavalry, along a wooded ridge a mile south of Corydon. The determined Hoosier defense caused General Duke, Morgan's second in command, to comment. They resolutely defended their rail piles. 3 Hoosiers and 8 Confederates were killed. Morgan then brought up his cannon and flanked the militia, forcing Jordan to retreat. After Morgan surrounded and began shelling Corydon, Jordan surrendered with 345 men. 3. First State Office Building, 31.1962.1. Location, Walnut and Mulberry Streets, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. erected by the Corydon Chamber of Commerce. First State Office Building. First State Office Building, built 1817, housed offices of State Treasurer and Auditor until fall of 1824. The cellar was the Treasury Vault, building used by Harrison County Seminary, 1829 to 51. Since 1871, home of Amsey Brewster's heirs. 4. First State Capitol, 31.1962.2. Location: State Road 62 between Woodland Avenue and McKinster Street, near 215 Highway 62 West, Corydon, in front of Corydon Post Office, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected by the Corydon Chamber of Commerce. First State Capitol marker at Corydon Post Office. First State Capitol. Corydon became the first state capital of Indiana in 1816. The first Constitution was drawn up, and the first sessions of the state legislature and Supreme Court convened here. Site of Battle of Corydon, July 9, 1863, 31.1963.1. Location: Old State Road 135, Battle of Corydon Memorial Park entrance, 1 mile south of Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected by the Indiana Civil War Centennial Commission, 1963. Site of Battle of Corydon. Site of the Battle of Corydon, July 9, 1863. 6. Morgan's Raid, July 8th through the 13th, 1863, 31.1963.2. Location: South 135 near Mauckport at Matthew T. Welsh Bridge on Highway 11. Erected by Indiana Civil War Centennial Commission, 1963. Matthew Welsh Bridge connecting Mauckport, Indiana and Brandenburg, Kentucky. Morgan's Raid, July 8 to the 13th, 1863. Despite naval and militia opposition, General John Hunt Morgan, commanding about 2,200 Confederate cavalrymen, began his Indiana raid by crossing the Ohio at this point, July 8, 1863. First State Capitol, 31.1963.3. Location: the northeast corner of the old Capitol grounds along North Elm Street, Corydon, near 309 North Elm Street, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected by the Corydon Chamber of Commerce. First State Capitol. First State Capitol. Corydon became the first state capital of Indiana in 1816. The first Constitution was drawn up, and the first sessions of the state legislature and Supreme Court convened here. First State Capitol marker at Clarion Inn. First State Capitol. Corydon became the first state capital of Indiana in 1816. The first Constitution was drawn up, and the first sessions of the state legislature and Supreme Court convened here. 9. Posey House, 31.1965.1. Location: 225 North Oak Street, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected in memory of Mrs. Margaret, Mary Jane, and Olive Griffin and Helen Griffin O'Leary, 1965. Posey House. Posey House, built 1817, home of Colonel Thomas Posey, son of Governor Posey. Colonel Posey, 1792 to 1863, served as treasurer of Harrison County, cashier of Corydon branch of the Bank of Vincennes, U.S. military pension agent in Indiana, Adjutant General of Indiana, legislator representing Harrison County, early Corydon merchant, an active Mason, and an ardent Methodist. Although he never married, he reared 14 orphans in his home. Since 1925, Museum and Chapter House of the Hoosier Elm Chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution. Harrison County Jail, 31.1965.2. Location, southwest corner of North Capitol Avenue and Cherry Street, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected by Corydon Chamber of Commerce, 1965. Harrison County Jail, now the Discovery Center. Harrison County Jail. First log jail erected 1809. Spear Spencer, first sheriff, was killed 1811, commanding the Harrison County Yellow Jackets in the Battle of Tippecanoe. During first 12 years, Harrison County had a whipping post where justice was meted out by floggings. Second jail burned 1871 in one of Corydon's disastrous fires. Devon and Tennyson, two criminals, were taken from jail 1889 by a band of whitecaps and hanged on the West Bridge at Corydon. Third jail, a brick structure, was raised 1964 to make way for present jail. 11. Governor's Headquarters, 31.1965.3. Location, East Walnut Street and North Elm, northeast of the courthouse, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected by Dan P. Griffin, 1965. Governor's Headquarters. Governor's Headquarters, home of Governor William Hendricks, 1822 to 1825, while he was governor of Indiana. Front room was governor's headquarters. Hendricks was also secretary of Constitutional Convention. House was built 1817 by Davis Floyd, territorial auditor and treasurer and member of Constitutional Convention. Floyd had been convicted 1806 of aiding Aaron Burr. House purchased 1841 by Judge William A. Porter, noted lawyer, judge, and staunch Whig leader, who served many years in state legislature and was Speaker of House 1849. The home since 1841 of Judge Porter and descendants. 12. Presbyterian Church, 31.1965.4. Location, East Walnut Street and North Elm, northeast of the courthouse, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected in memory of Judge and Mrs. Clyde R. Loddick, 1965. Presbyterian Church, Wright Interpretive Center, Harrison County Parks Department. Presbyterian Church, organized under Louisville Presbytery Synod of Kentucky, January 1819, by Reverend John Finley Crow, who later founded Hanover College. Early church services were held in homes and in state capitol, prior to building First Church 1826. Original church stood on South Capitol Avenue, where present EUB Church stands. This original church used as a Confederate hospital following the Battle of Corydon, July 9, 1863. Congregation moved to new location and present church erected in 1906. Oldest continuous church organization in Corydon. 13. Last home of Squire Boone, 31.1966.1. Location, South 135 near Mauckport at Matthew T. Welsh Bridge on Highway 11. Erected by Indiana Civil War Centennial Commission, 1963. Squire Boone. Last home of Squire Boone. 4 miles northwest, Squire Boone, wilderness scout, brother of Daniel, settled on Buck Creek in 1804. He built Harrison County's first mill. Squire Boone died in 1815. 14. Walter Q. Gresham Marker, 31.1966.2. Location 2415 Barron Avenue Northeast and State Road 62 at Post Office, Lanesville, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected by Indiana State Highway Commission, 1966. Walter Q. Gresham at Lanesville Post Office. Walter Q. Gresham, Union General in the Civil War, U.S. District Judge, Postmaster General under President Arthur, interim U.S. Secretary of Treasury in 1884, U.S. Secretary of State under President Cleveland, was born in Lanesville in 1832 and lived in Corydon for many years, 1832 to 1895. 15. Mount Solomon Lutheran Church, 31.1966.3. Location State Road 62, 5 miles west of Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected by descendants and friends of former members of Mount Solomon, 1966. Mount Solomon Lutheran Church. The marker is at Gethsemane Lutheran Church. Mount Solomon Lutheran Church. Reverend George Forster preached to Lutherans in Harrison County as early as 1805. Mount Solomon Church was organized in 1810, 4 miles southwest of this spot, and is credited as being the first Lutheran church established in Indiana. Cedar Hill Cemetery, 31.1966.4. Location East Summit and North Maple Streets, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected 1966 by Cedar Hill Cemetery Committee. Cedar Hill Cemetery. Cedar Hill Cemetery. First burials date back to founding of Corydon, 1808. Colonel Thomas L. Posey, a public-minded citizen, donated the original ground to the town of Corydon for burial purposes. The Farquhar family added a small addition, and the remainder of the cemetery was part of the Kintner-McGrain farm of Cedar Glade. Cemetery contains graves of veterans of all wars, starting with the American Revolution. Also graves of Confederate soldiers killed or died following Battle of Corydon, July 9, 1863. Maintained by Town of Corydon. 17. Harrison County Marker, 31.1966.5. Location 300 North Capitol, southeast corner, Harrison County Courthouse Lawn, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected by County Commissioners, 1966. Harrison County Marker by Courthouse. Harrison County. Organized 1808 from parts of Knox and Clark counties. Named in honor of William Henry Harrison, who owned land within the county and was territorial governor and later 9th President of U.S. 4th County formed in Indiana Territory. Original Harrison County comprised a large area, and parts went to form Washington, Perry, Orange, Crawford, and Floyd counties. Two buildings have served as county courthouse. The original state capitol and the present courthouse erected 1929. County records date from 1808. 18. Corydon United Methodist Church, 31.1980.1. Location 214 North Elm Street, east of the courthouse, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected by Church Memorial Committee, 1980. Corydon United Methodist Church. Corydon United Methodist Church, site of the First Methodist Church, Corydon. Lot purchased from Isaiah Boone, son of Squire Boone, in 1826. Earlier, Corydon was a station on Silver Creek Methodist Circuit. Services were held in Corydon as early as 1816. 19 Cedar Glade, 31.1992.1. Location 772 North Capitol Avenue, southeast corner Indian Creek Bridge, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected 1992 by Indiana Historical Bureau and Mr. and Mrs. Thomas D. McGrain. Cedar Glade. Cedar Glade, 1808. House built by Jacob Kintner Sr., 1808. Named for giant native red cedars in area. Self-sustaining plantation traded 1849 to Thomas McGrain Sr. for Louisville property. Sheltered Corydon residents July 1863 during Morgan's raid. First marked 1966 by Mr. and Mrs. M. Dowling McGrain, listed in National Register 1983. 20. Leora Brown School, 31.1995.1. Location 400 East Summon Street near Hill Street, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Erected 1995, Indiana Historical Bureau. Leora Brown School. Leora Brown School. Facility built 1891 as elementary and secondary school for African Americans. Originally known as Corydon Colored School. First graduation was on May 14, 1897, renamed 1987 for Leora Brown Farrow, a teacher at the school, 1924 to 1950. Rehabilitated as Cultural and Educational Center, 1993. 21. St. Paul African Methodist Episcopal Church, 31.1995.1. Location, southeast corner of Maple and High Streets, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Installed 2003, Indiana Historical Bureau and St. Paul's AME Building Fund Organization. St. Paul's AME. St. Paul's AME Church, front side. St. Paul African Methodist Episcopal Church. Free blacks and former slaves organized an African Methodist Episcopal congregation in Corydon by 1843. In 1851, church trustees purchased land in Corydon in order to build a church and for school purposes. In 1878, church trustees purchased land at this site and later built a frame church. St. Paul African Methodist Episcopal Church. In August 1975, the congregation dedicated the brick church adjacent to this site. William Paul Quinn, appointed AME missionary 1840, established many congregations in frontier Indiana, elected bishop 1844. Many early churches served as schools and enriched black social, cultural, and political life. 22. John Shields, Lewis and Clark Expedition member, 31.2004.1. Location: 310 North Elm Street, Harrison County Convention and Visitors Bureau, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Installed 2004, Indiana Historical Bureau and Harrison County Convention and Visitors Bureau. John Shields marker at Visitors Center. John Shields, Lewis and Clark Expedition member. Shields, born 1769 in Virginia, served as a private for the entire Lewis and Clark expedition from October 19, 1803 until October 10, 1806. One of its 9 young men from Kentucky, he was a skilled gunsmith and blacksmith. John Shields, Lewis and Clark. The Corps of Discovery explored lands of Louisiana Purchase and Pacific Northwest, 1803 to 1806. Shields settled in southern Indiana by June 1807. Appointed captain in Clark County Militia, July 1807. Died in Harrison County in December 1809. 23. Oswell Wright, 31.2008.1. Near the corner of Maple Street and Chestnut Street, Corydon, Harrison County, Indiana. Installed 2008, Indiana Historical Bureau, Division of Historic Preservation and Archaeology, IDNR, Leora Brown School, and Community Unit. Oswell Wright House. Oswell Wright. Oswell Wright, born in Maryland early 1810s, bought land in Corydon May 1849. In November 1857, Kentuckians arrested Wright and 2 white men, Charles and David Bell. They were indicted and jailed in Kentucky for aiding escape of fugitive slaves. Bell's rescued in jailbreak 1858. Wright convicted May 1859. Completed sentence in Kentucky Penitentiary, released June 1864. Oswell Wright. Wright, a free black, lost his own freedom for helping a slave escape. Died in Corydon, March 31st, 1875. The Underground Railroad refers to a widespread network of diverse people in the 19th century who aided slaves escaping to freedom from the southern U.S. 24. Polly Strong Slavery Case, 31.2016.1. Location: 300 North Capitol Avenue, Corydon, between the Harrison County Courthouse and the First State Capitol Building, Harrison County, Indiana. Installed 2016, Indiana Historical Bureau, Harrison County Committee for the Indiana Bicentennial, and Leora Brown School. Polly Strong marker slavery case. Polly Strong slavery case. Polly Strong was born into slavery circa 1796 in the Northwest Territory. Vincennes innkeeper Hyacinth LaSalle purchased her circa 1806. Although 1816 Indiana Constitution prohibited slavery and involuntary servitude in 1820, Strong and attorney Amory Kinney had to pursue her freedom in the Knox County Circuit Court. This court ruled that Strong remained enslaved. Strong appealed to Indiana Supreme Court in Corydon, which ruled in State versus LaSalle, July 22, 1820, slavery can have no existence in Indiana. This decision did not free remaining slaves in Indiana. It did establish 1816 Indiana Constitution as the authority for decisions in Indiana courts regarding slavery and involuntary servitude, including 1821 Mary Clark case. Hope you enjoyed your tour of Harrison County's Indiana Historical Bureau historic markers. For more information about Historical Society of Harrison County, contact Karen Schwartz, President, Historical Society of Harrison County, 5850 Devil's Elbow Road, NW, Corydon, Indiana 47112, or karengleitz at Hotmail, or 812-736-2373. Historical Society of Harrison County mission statement: to preserve, protect, promote, and interpret the rich history of Harrison County, Indiana.